What's up, guys? How we doing? Today we're going to be working on something pretty cool for the car. I've actually been meaning to work on this for a while. We have got here truck bed liner for our flooring. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's going to add a lot of weight. You are absolutely right. It's going to add a decent amount of weight. However, I think this is the way that I want it to go. So, if you'll notice here, it says tintable to your specified color. So we are actually going to be mixing the truck bed liner with the same exact purple paint that I painted the car with. So, what that's going to kind of end up looking like is purple, white, purple, purple, white. I know, it's kind of like going to be an eye-gasm to look at, but I think it's going to look pretty good. I think it's going to be more durable. I think it's going to be a little bit quieter, thank goodness. It's going to be less hot on the ground. And yeah. First things first, I'm going to be removing the seats. This one also is welded to the floor, so I'm going to have to cut it out. And I'm going to be making a way to get that in and out easier. And then I also have sheet metal to fill the recessed area, that way the whole thing's flat on both sides. So I'm gonna do that, take this out, take that out, cut that one out, and we're gonna just get started on it today. Today's Sunday. I really don't have to finish this anytime soon, but I'm going on a trip to Sacramento on Tuesday or Wednesday, and it depends on how much I can get done this week. I just like to get stuff done when I get the stuff in the mail, so we're gonna try and do that this week before Wednesday. So yeah, we're gonna get started on this. First, I'm gonna take out this seat and this piece here, and I think I'm gonna wait on the driver's side. I'm just gonna do the flooring on this side first, and then that way I can kind of just get a feel for how it's all gonna go. So yeah, here we go. Alright, so as you can see, I got the seat out, and then I've also got that piece off. It's ugly. As you can see, it's dirty in here. One, there's a lot of just crap in here, look at that. But two, the main thing, it's just ugly. I mean, look how it's just gross. So I'm super excited to see this thing when it's done. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, this entire speaker housing, I am debating on cutting it all out. So I've seen people do it. It's mostly spot welds, and a couple other, this black piece would have to come off for it to slide up and out, and then you can put it back on after. But there's just, I don't know. I'm back and forth on it right now. But I really need to make a decision as soon as possible, because if I'm going to do it, I want to do it before I do this bed liner, because why would you do the bed liner on this and then the back and then decide later on, hey, I'm going to do this, and now you don't have any more bed liner, or now you might as well do it the first time, is what I'm saying. So need to decide on that. But this side's out, so what I'm going to do is I'm kind of just going to vacuum out most of it real quick. And then after that, I am going to go ahead and start on this floor piece. And then I also need to fill this hole. There's two small holes there. This one will need something on it. Those two I can just bridge with the welder. Those two, and then there's these holes right there that I want to get covered up too. So we're gonna go ahead and just get started on it. Yeah, this is something I've never done either. I'm gonna use cardboard to template it out real quick, and then cut it on, and then trace it onto the sheet metal, and then cut it. So yeah, we're gonna get started on that. One thing they don't tell you about these is there's actually a lot of room here when there's nothing in it. Okay. Okay, so I've made all my marks after measuring. And now we're going to get a straight edge. We're gonna trace it out and cut it. So now we've got our piece. We're gonna go ahead and cut that. What's gonna end up happening is there is gonna be some coping to do here. There's a piece that's it's like this. So we're gonna just have to kind of cope around that. And then I'm assuming there's gonna be some coping along this edge. This should be fine. And then if you guys are wondering how we're doing this, I'm just gonna weld it in. Maybe some really long passes, I guess, but maybe I'll self-tapper it. I'm not sure yet. But all I know is I need to cut this real quick, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so we got our piece in here. As you can see, I did have to just weld a little bit more onto it because I actually cut too far in that way. So I'm just gonna tack it. I think I'm gonna end up welding it in because there is a couple of spaces that are like, unless I really sit here and like bend all the sheet metal and all that stuff, it's just gonna be impossible to get. But first I'm gonna make sure I can dial my settings in by just filling those 2 holes there. This machine doesn't have a whole lot of adjustability, so it's kind of difficult. That's like literally the settings it says for 26 gauge, or no, for 24 gauge, and this is 26 gauge. So we're just gonna try that real quick and we're gonna see. Yeah, it was difficult to weld that all together. I was basically just zap, wait, zap, wait, zap, wait. Like I couldn't really do anything other than just like 1,000 tacks up and down. So we're gonna see if we can dial these settings in on those holes first and then see what we can do. Okay. So I could actually plug that one pretty well. I forgot that I was on that recommended 24 gauge and this is all 26 gauge stuff. So yeah, I've turned it all down and it's actually feels decent. I can actually like watch the puddle now. It's actually moving. Well, pretty happy with those settings. Obviously it's smoking a lot. Some of that is the gas, but most of it is actually the stuff underneath the car that's like just catching on fire while I'm welding. So yeah, I'm gonna let this clear out a little bit more, but let me just show you how bad these are because it just proves how difficult these settings are to lock in. So yeah. Yeah, well, it's gonna be enough to get that all down, so we're just gonna tack it in. I don't think I'll actually weld it all out right now, but we'll see. Well, it sucks because my dad's gonna see this and he's gonna like get mad at me, but yeah. So that escalated quickly. As soon as I shut the video off, it was just dripping down. Might not show. Luckily, the lines that were right there are not fuel lines. Yeah, this one would be fun for my dad to watch. I literally like panicked. I grabbed the jack. It's on my side skirt right now. I grabbed 2 water bottles, emptied it out on it. Luckily that worked, otherwise I was gonna have to use this. I don't want to use it if I don't have to, but yeah, anyways. Back to it. So I am just gonna go ahead and weld it. I don't really see self-tappers. I don't ever see this really coming off. There's really no point. So we're gonna go ahead and weld it out. Once the bed liner's on there, I mean, this is not coming off, so there's really no point in in doing self-tappers, in my opinion. So I think I'm just gonna do the tacks like this. Tack everything, just like everything like a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch apart. and then just lay caulking in there or something, and then just let it dry and then roll over it later with that stuff. Because I just cannot get good welds out of this right now. I don't know if it's my ground being bad or if I don't know. Plus, I don't know. I think it's just gonna look better to do it that way. The more I sit here and do this, I don't think it's gonna work out very well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. So I'm just gonna bridge all these spots with tacks and then lay caulking in it and just let it dry. And then when the day comes to do the bed liner, then we'll do that. So here we go. Day 2, time to cut this seat out. We just got caulk. we just got caulk from Lowe's, so we're gonna seal that side and make this side. We're gonna cut the seat out. We're gonna make it removable. Then we're gonna make this side, and then we are going to seal them both, and then we're gonna cut this out. Everyone said it wasn't spot welds. It's just they just cut it out. So we're gonna do that. Time to start. So as you can see, I've got the speakers out. I took some of the wiring out already. I took the seat belt out. I took this piece out. And I took all the bolts on this top half that I could find out. So now I'm gonna be drilling these spot welds out. I know I already said that a lot of people told me it wasn't just spot welds, but I don't know. To me, like, it looks like I can just pop the spot welds off and this whole thing's gonna lift off. So we're gonna try that. And then I don't know how much of this I'm actually gonna end up taking off, but we'll get there when we get there. Also, I got sidetracked. I was gonna do that first, but I got sidetracked. This looks fun to cut out, so. All right, so I got that piece out. It took kind of a lot of cutting. And I know it would probably look better without those horns, like from the back side. But from the inside and from the front, I'm actually very happy with how that came out. It's way more roomy back there. And then from the front especially. Yeah, you can really see this way. Just how much room we have now. Yeah, I like that. I might end up cutting those out. I'm not sure yet. It just seems like a lot more work. And like I said, I got sidetracked earlier and I haven't even done the bracket on that side. So I gotta do the seat. And then after that, I'm gonna do the flooring. And then the why did I say it twice? The caulking on both of those. And then after that, I don't know. Oh, I also took out the harness bar. Already not focusing. I took out the harness bar. I'm gonna paint that white because everything in here is gonna be purple. So might as well have it white, and then obviously the purple harness is white. You guys get the vision, I hope. I hope you guys see the vision. If you don't, stay tuned because it's gonna be good. We got a little carried away. I cut the seat out. I made a plate here for underneath, and then put bolts, welded the bolts down. Now we have studs sticking up just like the other side. What I'm deciding on this is I'm gonna have a speaker here. This tool brand actually sells a speaker, kind of like DeWalt does, that uses the battery, so I'm gonna get one. It'll go right there, and then I'm gonna put the storage compartment back on that side, but I'm gonna obviously vacuum all that crap out first. So now we're gonna start on this. It just started raining, so that's cool, but guess what? It doesn't even affect me. Pretty hyped on that. Anyways, we are going to start on this. So this side is going to be pretty similar to the other side, except it might be a little bit more difficult because of this. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because of this wiring loom. So we'll have to make sure we take good measurements the first time. But we're going to be able to butt it up right up into there. So basically it's going to be kind of the same as the other side in there. Obviously we're going to have to coat that a little bit. And this side has no holes to fill because those are going to be covered up by said plate. And then I'm going to lay a couple more tacks on that. We're going to have to tack this one in, and then we're going to put the caulk down, and then I have work. So hopefully we can get that all done before work. I might end up, while I have the welder out, kind of just filling in some of these holes too, because I mean there's just so much. I don't even know what all this is for. It's kind of crazy how many holes are into this, but yeah. So we're gonna start making this. We took our measurements and we got our shape drawn out of this 26 gauge. I wish I had gone a little bit thicker, but we're going with 26 gauge sheet metal. So yeah. The dog don't like it. Alright, so I got that piece not fully tacked in. I'm just done for the day. It's 3, I got work at 4. I'm kind of just tired. I need to eat. So I'm gonna put the caulking on that side, that way I can see how it feels like when I get back from work. When I get back from work tonight, I'm honestly probably gonna continue with this. At least just tack it and lay more caulk on it if it feels good on that side. That way tomorrow my girlfriend's gonna come over and we're gonna just go ahead and start cleaning, vacuuming, and hopefully get going on laying that stuff down. So yesterday I learned how to do caulking. I did not know you're supposed to spread it out. So as you can see, I had left that side like that and it's dry now, so I got to redo it this morning. I did not know you were supposed to spread it out like so. But we're gonna, that's all dry now, so we're just gonna, I'm gonna just pull it off and kind of redo it. I'm gonna let it sit while I start to, I don't know yet what I'm gonna start on. We're gonna paint this thing today, so I need to spray paint the harness bar still. I need to spray paint the driver's seat bracket still. I need to learn how to actually mix the paint. Why is it not focusing? It's over there. I need to actually learn how to mix it, because it says 5% is actually like the paint color, but why would they make that a percent and then everything else an actual, like an actual measurement? I don't know why it's like that. That's probably my only complaint so far. I haven't even used it yet, but that's my only complaint so far. And then you're supposed to, there's 2 options. You either roll it on or you spray it on. There's a kit with a gun and there's a kit that's just like that. The kit with the gun has less in it, and I want to be able to get everything done, so I went and just went to Lowe's this morning and got brushes. My girlfriend's actually going to come help, so I need to get as much done as I can before she shows up, basically. Like prep wise, I need to tape off a couple things. I need to hang whatever lines are going to be in the way. I need to hang them up, or like pull them up and hang them up. Our plan of action is just going to be to go from front to back, because obviously the front is most important to me. The back is also important, but that can wait. If I need to get more, then I'll do that. But first I'm going to redo that caulking and then probably spray that thing. Okay, so we just started vacuuming. It looks way cleaner now. We did acetone. We did acetone on it with the Scotch-Brite pads, and we were able to get a decent amount off. It's not like we're going to be painting this. We're actually just going to be brushing this stuff on. So I'm not too worried about it having like some paint on it. It's going to stick, according to all the videos that I've seen. So it should stick fine. And hopefully it's not going to come out terrible. But we're going to start on it. Girlfriend just got here, so we're gonna get going on it. We're going with the U-Pole Raptor liner. There's two different kits. There's one that you can spray on and it comes with a gun. And then there's this one. As you can see, it's tintable to your specified color. So of course, I went to the paint store that sold me the paint when I was buying the car and ignored my inability to keep this paint nice. We got our Plum Crazy Purple Challenger paint. So this is the same paint that you would see on the old Dodge Chargers and the old like Plymouth Cudas. The old Plymouth Cuda, like in 1971, was always my dream car, and that's kind of where this purple came from. Not that many people know that, but that's why I chose this color initially, and I'm really happy with how it ended up coming out. So we're gonna add it to the inside, and as you guys could remember, this was all white. Car started white, was spray painted red by the last guy. I hated his work on it, so we sprayed it purple, and obviously the interior was all white still, so we're gonna make it all purple, because why not? So one of the only things that I'm not too happy with this kit so far that I've seen is their mixing ratio gives you normal numbers and like amounts for everything except for adding the paint. It just says 5% paint. Normally there would be a number like 3 to 1 to 1 like there is here, but it's just 3 to 1 and then 5% paint. So I don't like that they did use a different like method of, what's the word? Measurement. Yeah, method of measurement. Other than that though, like I said, there's the kit that you can spray, and then there's this one. This one actually has slightly more in it, like the actual bed liner itself, so that's why I went with this one. And this is what it comes as. There's 4 of these. You mix everything in it. It has the hardener, and it has a fill line cup, so you just fill this with the hardener and then you pour it right in, and then you add your 5% base coat paint of whatever your choosing is. So we're gonna just start mixing all these. They'll just spray it with the gun, and it comes out pretty thick and really textured. And then rolling also, we did that in the Blazer that I was talking about earlier, and that came out really textured too. I kind of want it a little bit less textured than that. My truck, I don't know who did this. I don't know if it's Lanex or what, but this one is actually not too textured. You can tell it's textured, but it's not too bad. It's not too coarse, and I kind of like that, so we're gonna see if we can get that out of it by just putting it on with the brushes. Okay, under further review, we have learned just buy the gun. So luckily there's a paint store near us. We actually don't have to like wait on Amazon or anything, because that would suck. But there's a paint store near us that actually has it. I noticed they had it when I was there getting the paint, so I'm glad that I noticed that. So I called them and they do have a gun, so we're gonna go pick it up. We're also gonna grab some food because, like, you know, we gotta eat. But yeah, so basically painting it, like, it's literally feeling like you're painting, like, she said it feels like painting nails. I've never done that before, but she said it feels like painting nails. I thought it just felt like painting. It feels like watercolor because it's like thin. But from what I've heard, spraying it, you hold the gun farther away, it's gonna come out with the texture. So we're gonna go buy a gun. It's like 30 bucks. We already mixed a couple of these. If you're painting a 350Z by any odds, you have a perfect spot to hold your gun. If you're not though, you're not in luck. So we've been mixing these with 4 ounces of the paint. We had a little bit of trouble earlier when we were trying to brush it on. It does not come out as well, so save yourself the trouble. Watch this entire video and then do it yourself for the first time. Okay, so I didn't know how much you're supposed to turn it on there. I guess probably not that much. Hold on, we're having some technical difficulties. Just got it.
Okay.
The 4 ounces might might just be too much paint because there's a breather hole on top of this gun that I forgot about, and got everywhere. So try not to squeeze the gun or squeeze the bottle until you've already started your painting process. And one thing I was worried about with this is overspray and stuff like that, and I hate prep work. If you hate prep work, this is the perfect thing to do. Only tape the electrical connections, okay? And the bolts, because obviously if you get this stuff on the threading, then you're not gonna be able to do your bolts. But other than that, you don't have to do hardly any prep work. Also, if you have a 350Z and your doors slam on you all the time, vice grips on the handle thing. I gotta tighten it more. Vice grips on the little piece that holds it, and you're literally golden. Apparently I untighten this a lot. See how it does? Too much. Now your door will not shut on you. Okay, so this stuff sprays really easily. It's really easy to get the texture out of it. It's all through the air pressure and the distance that you are. So we're doing 60 PSI at about a foot away, and it's laying perfectly. I'm super happy with how it's laying. Yeah, so we're just gonna go over the whole thing again. We already started this side, so you guys get to see how it is. So here we go. Hold on a second. We had a little hiccup earlier, but we ran to the store. We got some paint gun cleaner. You get it at Lowe's for like 10 bucks. Ran it through there, and we also had trouble with getting this thing off. We had to vice grip it off, but we got it off now, and we're gonna start spraying. I would highly suggest, because you have paint in it, regular like paint in it, definitely have a mask because it does get you. Just be safe. So this is how easy it goes down. Assuming it works this time. Yeah, it's laying down pretty decent now. So that's how easy it is. We're gonna go ahead and just go through the whole car. We're gonna do as much as we can. I did that entire driver's side, or that entire passenger side with just half a bottle. And we have 3 more full ones. So I think we'll be able to get the whole thing, hopefully. But we're gonna go ahead and just keep going. We finished, so we're just gonna let it air out now. I am super happy with it. It looks really good, and I am very happy with how that laid down. So the spray gun gave us issues at first. Just make sure that you go from bottle to bottle really quickly, and you won't have to clean it between. If you do have to clean it between, just stick something down the nozzle, like a skinny screwdriver or something, kind of just move it around and you'll get all that stuff out. And then spray the either acetone or some kind of paint thinner or something in there to clean that gun out. But I mean, look at how this came out. I'm so stoked. This camera's not even doing justice right now. It looks like lighter, but it really is. I'm very happy with it. It came out so good. Minus the fact that I've been, you know, doing custom stuff in here all week. If I were to have just taken out the seats and started prep work, I could have done this in a day and a half, maybe even a day. Because I mean, we're actual spray time. We're running on like 2.5 hours of actual spray time, and let me tell you, the four bottles did plenty. Plenty. We still have leftover, and I mean, it's all covered. Obviously, we didn't do the roof, so if you're wondering on that, to be honest with you, so am I. I don't even know what I'm gonna do yet. I might just spray paint it black. That's kind of what I was thinking before doing this, but now that I've done it, I'm like, man, I just want to keep shooting it. It's so fun to shoot, seriously. It is so easy to shoot. It's so fun to shoot. I am very impressed with this. Again, you pull Raptor bed liner. This is the tintable version, and it's just incredible. It seriously changed the car so much. I mean, and this is how it looks without everything. I mean, think about that. We're gonna have 2 identical bucket seats with purple harnesses, a white harness bar, and we're gonna have a white center console with a purple shift knob and a purple hydro handle. Like this is gonna be crazy inside here. And I've got the checkerboard door cards. Everyone loves those. I mean, I knew it was a good idea, but like seriously, everyone loves those. But this, I am so happy with. Like I said, I hate prep. All I did was the hydro handle, thinking there was gonna be a lot of overspray, and the pedals and that wire loom. And I didn't even need to do the pedals or the hydro. And it looks crazy. So as you can see right there, so there's that carpet in there. I'm gonna cut that out right now, and we're gonna finish that spray. It was just weirdly cut the first time that I did it because I was lazy. But I'm gonna cut that flat, like straight, and then we're gonna finish spraying that. And then we're just gonna let this thing dry. Today's the final day that I am going to be working on the car. That's not true, but like on this video, this interior. So it's been 24 hours, which is like the normal amount to let it dry, and then another, like, I don't know, 12 hours on top of that. So I'm gonna assume that it's ready. I weighed everything else out, and I shaved, what was it, 43 pounds or something like that, from cutting out that speaker thing that goes right here. Why can't I get it? Yeah, this whole speaker housing right here. I was gonna cut out more, but I decided not to. But cutting that out was heavy as is. And then there's another like metal plate that goes over that, one that houses the top of that. So that was all total. I took more out. I don't remember where, but I took more out. In total though, like I said, 43 pounds was the weight shaved, and I'm happy with that. I don't know how much this is gonna add, but don't really care at this point. It looks great. Time to reinstall and just see how it looks all together. Pretty like confident in how this is gonna turn out. So we're going to start untaping everything and just get into it. I am going to figure out a new spot for this. I'm probably just gonna self-tapper it. These are all mounting holes on it, but I'm thinking the main thing is that it needs to be in my reach from my seat. So I'm thinking literally just right here on this back panel, like right here somewhere. I ended up choosing to go right there. It was a little bit more awkward. Also, check this out. My girlfriend like literally put like 1,000 hearts all over my car while we were doing prep yesterday. Anyways, it ended up being a little bit more difficult for me to reach back that way. I tried it from that seat, and then I sat here also on the ground and did it. It's just easier to do it there. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that, and it looks kind of cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So we're done. I put everything back in. It looks incredible. I got the fire hydrant mounted. I got the seats mounted. I got the harness bar in. I got the center console in. I got all the molding back around the doors and the hatch. And I'm gonna move it out into the sun, and then I'll show you guys, because it's just, it's good here, but it doesn't, it's a lot better in the light. I've had a flashlight on it and all that, and partially it's in the sun because of that side door that we have in the shop. But I'm gonna go ahead and move it out. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. The U-Pole Raptor liner came out amazing. I'm super happy with how it came out. We got a couple more things to do on the car, but right now I'm just going to kind of enjoy it. Next thing on this car is going to be an FDF angle kit. So there's the Mega version and there's the regular version. I'm just going to get the regular one. This car doesn't make like a ton of power, so there's no point. I really really don't think that it's a car that can hold almost 80 degrees of angle. So yeah, we're gonna go with that mini one, which is gonna be at 70 degrees, I believe. Lower, upper, inner tie rod spacer, everything, just everything that they suggest you should have, we're gonna get. And we're gonna get that powder coated. You guessed it, probably purple. So we're gonna go ahead and do that soon. We'll be ordering that probably tomorrow, and then just waiting on it. But for now, I'm just gonna enjoy the car. I'm so happy with how it came out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you don't subscribe, I make a lot of content on this car. Lately, I've been trying to do more content. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up and share it with your friends. So appreciate you guys. Peace out. Till next time.